So you want to learn about astral projection. Well, buckle up because today we're diving deep into something called hypnagogia.
Yeah.
It's like this secret passageway in your mind.
Right.
And get this,
Yeah.
it might just hold the key to unlocking those out-of-body experiences you've been hearing about.
Yeah, that's right. For centuries,
Okay.
people have viewed astral projection as this
Yeah.
mystical, almost superhuman feat. But recently, there's been a fascinating shift.
Okay.
We're beginning to understand that it's more accessible
Okay.
than we previously thought.
I like that.
And hypnagogia is the bridge.
Okay, so before we get ahead of ourselves,
Right?
let's define what this hypnagogia thing actually is.
Okay, so hypnagogia,
Yeah.
it's that weird fuzzy zone
Okay.
between being awake and falling asleep.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, when your thoughts start to drift and
Yeah.
you might see colors or hear strange sounds.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's hypnagogia. It's a state where your mind is super suggestible and open to these vivid, almost hallucinatory experiences.
Hold on, so you're saying like I've probably experienced this
Oh, absolutely.
without even realizing it.
Most people experience it every single night,
Wow.
but they just drift off to sleep without even paying attention to it.
Okay.
But the trick is to become aware of this state,
Got it.
to linger in that twilight zone.
Yeah.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we tap into this hypnagogic state?
Well, one surprisingly simple technique is something called box breathing.
Okay.
It's the specific pattern of inhaling,
Yeah.
holding your breath, and exhaling.
Mhm.
It's incredibly effective for calming your nervous system and quieting those racing thoughts.
So it's kind of like hitting the reset button on your mind.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see how slowing down your breath could like help relax your body and your mind.
Right.
But what about the visual aspect of all of this? You mentioned swirling colors and hallucinations.
Yeah, well, that's where things get really, really interesting.
Okay.
There's actually a phone app called Luminate
Oh, wow.
that's designed to mimic those visuals using flickering light patterns.
Interesting.
It was originally meant to simulate the effects of psychedelics,
What?
but it turns out to be incredibly effective in inducing hypnagogic visuals.
So wait, you're telling me a phone app can create hallucinations?
Yeah, it's pretty cutting edge.
That's wild.
It's giving researchers a ton of insight into how our brains create
Yeah.
these visual experiences, and it's making hypnagogia more accessible to anyone with a smartphone.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I use ASMR sometimes to relax and fall asleep.
Yeah.
And it turns out ASMR can also be like a gateway into hypnagogia.
Oh, interesting.
It's all about finding those like specific triggers that send tingles down your spine and just lull you into that dreamy state.
You've hit on something really crucial here.
Yeah.
It's this idea of sensory anchoring. By using these familiar and relaxing sensations, whether it's ASMR or even the white noise of a fan, you can help your mind and body transition more smoothly into hypnagogia.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've kind of got a sense of like the tools and techniques.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the experience itself. What does it actually feel like to be in a hypnagogic state?
Well, it's deeply personal,
Okay.
but there are some common themes.
Okay.
So you might experience really vivid imagery, like you might see geometric shapes or even faces.
Okay.
Some people hear whispers or music,
Wow.
while others feel this tingling sensation throughout their body.
Okay.
It's like your senses are heightened, but also a bit distorted.
So it's like being in a dream, but you're still partially awake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're on that border between the conscious and subconscious mind.
Right.
And that's what makes it so fascinating.
Okay.
It's like having one foot in reality and the other in a world of imagination.
I like that you mentioned fans earlier. What's the connection there?
Well, aside from providing calming white noise,
Okay.
a lot of people associate the sound of a fan with the sensation of floating,
Interesting.
which is often described as part of the astral projection experience.
Okay.
It's like your brain starts to create this link between the two.
So it's like tricking your brain into thinking it's already floating just by using a familiar sound.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've established that hypnagogia is this amazing state of heightened awareness and sensory distortion.
Right.
But how does this lead to actual astral projection? Like that feeling of actually leaving your body?
That's where things get even more interesting, and we'll explore that in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks. We're about to unlock the secrets of astral projection.
Yeah.
And it all starts with mastering this mysterious realm of hypnagogia.
Exactly.
Welcome back to our deep dive into astral projection.
Okay, so.
We just dove into the world of hypnagogia.
Yeah.
That twilight zone between wakefulness and sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Yeah.
You wanted to know about astral projection.
Yeah.
And it turns out hypnagogia is the key.
What's really cool is we can actually use these techniques to not only enter this hypnagogic state, but to potentially even use it as a launch pad for astral projection.
Okay, so what are the techniques? Because I imagine it's not as easy as just falling asleep.
It does take a bit more finesse.
Oh.
Some practitioners suggest starting with those sensory anchors we talked about earlier.
Okay.
Something as simple as a fan running can actually mimic that wind tunnel sensation that people often report feeling during astral projection.
So the sound of the fan is like a mental cue, associating it with the feeling of floating.
Exactly.
But what about the visual aspect of hypnagogia?
Well, this is where the Luminate app can really come in handy.
Okay.
By inducing those swirling colors and geometric patterns.
Right.
It can further deepen your hypnagogic experience.
Okay, so we've got the fan going.
Yeah.
We've got the Luminate app doing its thing. What's next?
Now we dive into deeper relaxation techniques like box breathing.
Okay.
Remember, this rhythmic breathing pattern helps calm the nervous system, clear the mind, bringing you closer to that sweet spot between wakefulness and sleep.
Right. So it's like creating the perfect mental environment for astral projection.
Exactly.
Is this where guided meditations come in?
Exactly. Guided meditations focusing on progressive muscle relaxation can further enhance the process.
Okay.
Imagine systematically relaxing each part of your body from your toes to your head.
Okay.
Feeling the tension just melt away.
This sounds incredibly relaxing, but wouldn't I just fall asleep at this point?
That's the trick, staying aware throughout the process.
Okay.
It's like walking a tightrope between surrendering to that relaxation and maintaining just enough mental focus to observe the experience.
Right.
And ASMR can actually help with this.
Well, that's interesting because I use ASMR to fall asleep all the time.
Right.
But you're saying it can help me stay aware during hypnagogia.
Those gentle whispers, the tapping sounds, or whatever your ASMR trigger might be, can keep your mind engaged while your body drifts into that deeply relaxed state.
So it's like ASMR is providing a subtle stimulation, keeping that part of your brain active while the rest of you is zoning out.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So once you've kind of like cycled through these different techniques, what's next?
The next step is all about intention and focus.
Okay.
Imagine holding a single thought or image in your mind.
Okay.
Letting it become your anchor in that sea of sensations.
Okay, so I'm visualizing.
Yeah.
I've got the fan whirring.
Right.
I've got the Luminate app creating this like light show in my mind. My body's totally relaxed.
Right.
And I'm focusing on, let's say, a floating feather.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, as you hold that image, you might start to notice that wind tunnel sound intensifying, and you might even feel this sensation of lightness, like you're gently lifting out of your body.
Okay, this is like we're building up to the grand finale here.
Exactly.
So what happens next? How do I actually project myself out of my body?
Some people visualize themselves rolling out of bed or standing up in a corner of the room.
Okay.
It's about projecting your consciousness into a different location.
So it's not like my physical body is actually moving.
No.
It's more like my consciousness is shifting perspectives.
Exactly. And once you've made that separation, you enter the astral realm.
Okay.
Now, descriptions of this realm vary greatly. Some describe it as like a heightened version of reality, while others report traveling to completely different dimensions or even encountering other beings.
So is there like a right or wrong way to experience the astral realm?
That's the beauty of it.
Okay.
It's entirely subjective. What you experience in the astral realm is unique to you and your own consciousness.
So it's not like there's a map or a guidebook to the astral realm.
Right.
It's more about personal exploration and discovery.
Precisely. It's about venturing into the uncharted territories of your own consciousness.
Okay.
But we do need to talk about something important here.
Okay.
Something called hypnagogia.
Hypnagogia. Okay, what's that?
It's basically using substances to induce or enhance hypnagogia and potentially even astral projection.
So you're saying some people believe that certain substances can help facilitate the process.
Yeah, and before we go any further, I want to make it very clear that we are not endorsing the use of any substances.
Of course.
It's crucial to consult a doctor and thoroughly research the legality and potential risks of any substance before even considering it.
Okay, understood.
But for the sake of thoroughness, let's touch upon what some of the research suggests.
Okay, so what kind of substances are we talking about here?
Well, some sources mention over-the-counter sleep aids as a potential starting point.
Okay.
The idea is that these can help relax the body and mind, making it easier to enter that hypnagogic state.
Okay, that makes sense. Are there any other substances that people have explored?
Some research mentions cannabis as a possibility.
Okay.
The thought is that it can deepen relaxation and enhance hypnagogic imagery.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that cannabis can make their dreams more vivid.
It's possible.
Is that related at all?
It's possible. Remember the line between dreaming and hypnagogia?
Right.
Can be blurry.
Yeah.
But it's important to note that cannabis affects everyone differently.
Right, of course.
And for some, it can actually increase anxiety and paranoia.
Yeah.
So caution is definitely advised.
Okay, what about other substances?
Kava,
okay,
a traditional drink from the Pacific Islands, is sometimes mentioned.
Okay.
It's known for its relaxing and euphoric effects.
Right.
But again, it's important to research dosage and potential side effects before trying it.
So even if a substance is natural, it doesn't necessarily mean it's risk-free.
Exactly. It's crucial to approach any substance with respect and awareness of its potential impact on your body and mind.
Okay, so we've got sleep aids.
Yeah.
We've got cannabis. We've got kava. Are there any others?
Some research even mentions kratom, a plant native to Southeast Asia, as a potential chemigogic tool.
Okay.
It can produce both stimulating and sedating effects.
Interesting.
But it's important to note that kratom is considered an opioid and can be addictive.
Wow. That's a pretty powerful substance.
Yeah.
Definitely not something to mess around with without proper research and guidance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And last but not least, some practitioners believe that small amounts of nicotine from tobacco can help maintain mental alertness while the body drifts towards sleep, potentially easing the transition into hypnagogia.
So it's like this balancing. You're using a substance to relax the body, but also keep the mind sharp enough to stay aware. But again, the potential risks of tobacco use are well documented.
Right. And that brings us back to our main point.
Right.
Responsible exploration is key.
Okay.
Whether you're exploring hypnagogia with or without substances, understanding the potential risks and benefits is crucial.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this part, from fan-induced floating sensations to the mind-bending world of chemigogia.
Right.
But now I'm curious, what happens when you actually achieve astral projection?
Yeah.
What awaits us in the astral realm?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's what we'll delve into in the final part of our deep dive.
Get ready for some truly mind-expanding concepts as we explore the mysteries of the astral realm. Welcome back to our deep dive into astral projection. Remember how you wanted to learn about leaving your body and exploring other realms?
Yeah.
Well, we laid the groundwork.
Right.
We talked about hypnagogia, those techniques for inducing it.
Yeah.
And even touched on that kind of controversial world of chemigogia.
Right.
So now let's journey into the heart of the matter.
Okay.
The astral realm itself.
Yeah, it's a concept that has captivated humanity for centuries.
Okay.
Shrouded in mystery and wonder.
Okay, so we've mastered hypnagogia. We're feeling that wind tunnel sensation.
Yeah.
Maybe even starting to feel like we're separating from our physical body.
Right.
So what happens next?
Right.
What does this astral realm actually look like?
Well, imagine a reality not bound by the limitations of our physical senses.
Okay.
A realm where consciousness reigns supreme.
Okay.
But it's important to remember, descriptions of the astral realm are as diverse as the individuals experiencing it.
So there's no one definitive
or
guidebook to this place.
Precisely. Some people describe it as a heightened version of our everyday reality with vibrant colors, intensified emotions, and a profound sense of interconnectedness. Others report traveling to completely different dimensions, encountering otherworldly beings, or even revisiting scenes from their past lives.
Wait, past lives?
Yeah.
Are we talking reincarnation here?
Some believe so.
Wow.
Suggesting that the astral realm allows us to access memories and experiences from beyond our current physical existence.
Okay.
But remember, these are just interpretations, and the beauty of the astral realm lies in its subjective nature. What you experience is a reflection of your own consciousness, your beliefs, and your unique journey.
So it's like everyone creates their own personal astral landscape. Shaped by their own mind and experiences.
Exactly.
That's fascinating, but also a little daunting. If it's all so personal, how do we even begin to make sense of it?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
While the specifics may vary, there are some common threads woven through many accounts of astral projection. For example, a recurring theme is a profound sense of peace and interconnectedness, a feeling of being part of something much larger than oneself.
Okay, so it's not just about seeing cool visuals or having out-of-body adventures. There's like a deeper, more spiritual element to it.
Many people report feeling a deep connection to a universal consciousness, a sense of unity with all things. And this can have a profound impact on their waking lives, leading to increased empathy, compassion, and a greater sense of purpose.
Yeah, I could see how experiencing that kind of interconnectedness could like shift your perspective on life. But is that all there is to the astral realm? Just peace and unity?
Not necessarily. Some individuals report encountering challenges or even negative entities in the astral realm. It's important to remember that this realm, like our physical world, encompasses a spectrum of experiences.
Both positive and negative.
So it's not always a blissful paradise.
Not necessarily. It's important to approach astral projection with a sense of respect and awareness. Some believe that our thoughts and intentions manifest more readily in the astral realm. So it's crucial to cultivate a positive mindset and strong intentions before venturing out.
It makes sense. It's like any new territory. You need to be prepared and aware of potential risks. But what about the potential benefits? Why should someone even bother with astral projection in the first place?
That's a great question. Remember, you wanted to know about astral projection because it holds this promise of expanding our awareness, of pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible. Imagine being able to consciously explore your own inner world, to access hidden memories or suppressed emotions, or even connect with loved ones who have passed on.
That's some pretty mind-blowing stuff.
So you're saying these aren't just like fantastical claims. There's real potential here.
Absolutely. While scientific understanding of the astral realm is still in its infancy, anecdotal evidence and centuries of mystical traditions suggest that astral projection can offer profound insights into ourselves and the nature of reality. It's like unlocking a hidden potential within us, a doorway to deeper self-discovery and spiritual growth.
And it's not just about personal growth, right? What about the impact on like our waking lives?
Exactly. The insights and awareness gained through astral projection can ripple outwards, influencing our creativity, problem-solving abilities, and even our relationships.
Interesting.
Imagine being able to tap into a well of inspiration and insight whenever you need it.
So it's not just about escaping reality, but enriching it. Bringing back a new perspective and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Precisely, astral projection isn't about checking out of reality, but checking in on a deeper level.
I see.
It's about exploring the uncharted territories of consciousness and using that knowledge to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive into astral projection. We started with a simple question. What is astral projection and how do you do it? And we uncovered this fascinating world of hypnagogia. We explored techniques for inducing it, even touched on that controversial world of chemigogia. And we journeyed into the heart of it all. The astral realm itself, a place of infinite possibility and profound self-discovery.
Remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration. We encourage you to continue researching, experimenting safely, of course, and most importantly, reflecting on your own experiences.
What if you could design your own astral adventures? What would you explore first? Would you seek out lost knowledge, reconnect with loved ones, or simply bask in the wonder of this uncharted territory.
Right.
The possibilities are endless.
The most important journey is the one we take within ourselves.
Yeah.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Until next time, keep reaching for the stars.